I'm going to show off what I believe is the most expensive looking, affordable-ish Seiko you can buy. Let's get into it! Yes, and welcome to the Mad Watch Collector's Show. And today, I am going to show off a phenomenal Seiko that, even though has not been going for too long, the line has become one of the most popular and most wearable Seikos of the last 3 years. And I am constantly trying to push myself, going for different colored dials other than the safe black dial option, especially when it's summertime and everything is bright and breezy. It's nice to show a bit of color on your watch. And you know what? The one I'm showing today, in my opinion, looks far more expensive than the price, which is around £640. In fact, I think it looks triple the price, at least. And thanks to Francis & Gay Jewelers, who are an authorized dealer of the lovely Seiko, they've sent one to me and I get to show it off. But is it as good as I think it is? Why do I think it looks triple the price? And should it be in your collection in the next couple of days? Plus, what does the wife think? Are you Seiko Speedtimer ready? Let's go! So, ladies and gentlemen, here is the SSC 965P1. It's a Seiko Speedtimer, another watch that celebrates the decades of mechanical and quartz chronographs this brand has done. And I don't know about you, but I think this looks absolutely sweet. Now, these have been nicknamed in the past Saytoners because, yes, they have a somewhat resemblance to a Rolex Daytona, what with the tachymeter scale on the bezel and the 3 chronograph subdials, but that is only at a glance, yeah? Because if you look at this watch for any longer than 5 seconds, this is all Seiko, baby. Now, this is already like the second generation of these Saytoners. On my wrist, I have the fantastic SSC 813, one of, if not the best wearing Seikos you can get on the market. The proportions are magic. I've had this for a year or two, and it's the watch that really makes me question all my other Seikos. And as you can see, I have it on a fantastic Clockwork Republic FKM rubber solid stainless steel N-link strap. Yes, this company offers these phenomenal straps for all your favorite Seikos. But you see, it's not just a case of shoving a strap on any old watch. Clockwork Republic makes solid end links specifically for these references. And as you can see on my Saytona, well, it looks seamless, doesn't it? Right down to the way the steel is finished. So take a look in the description below, peruse the website, purchase one of these fantastic straps, and thank me later. Anyway, back to this beauty, and I'm going to compare it to my SSC 813 because one of the reasons that makes this watch look, I don't know, more refined and more expensive, I believe comes with the bezel. Yes, they both may be stainless steel, but one is ironized, painted in black, and the other is a brushed stainless steel affair with an etched and painted tachymeter scale on top. That, for me, just elevates this watch that little bit more than my one. Quick spec check! So, 39 millimeters in diameter. Trust me, this is going to wear phenomenally whether you have an 8-inch wrist or a 6-inch wrist. The lug to lug is 45.5. Still trust me. And we have a case thickness of 13.3. Now, that is down to the water resistance, which is 100 meters, and the fact that under the dial, we have another layer, which is our solar cells that charges the battery. This is essentially a solar chronograph, meaning you probably will never need to replace the battery in this watch as long as you give it a good amount of light now and then. And it's not just sunlight. This watch will take in bulb light and it will charge this watch up a treat. Anyway, what do you get for your £640? Well, you get a fully stainless steel case, brushing on the lugs, polishing on the sides, that beautiful brushed bezel. We do have sapphire glass protecting the dial. We have a beautifully sized crown at 3 o'clock. Love the size of that. And your chronograph pushers at the 2 and the 4. Now, even though the crown and these pushers aren't screwed in, with the screwed in case back, this watch is water resistant to 100 meters. So perfect for going on holiday, running in a muddy puddle, pretty much anything normal people do in everyday life. When it comes to the bracelet, it's pretty darn good. This isn't a diver, so the clasp isn't going to be big. We have pin and collars connecting these links together. I do like the all brushed affair and the polishing on the sides of those links. It's a twin pusher deployant. That is milled. We do only have 2 micro adjustment holes. And with the links not being very small, there is a slight potential you may not get your greatest fit of all time. I, for one, like my watches a little bit loose on the wrist, and I found the bracelet to be great. However, it wasn't long before I got it on a Clockwork Republic strap and never looked back. Right, time to look at the face!
Dial time!
And recently Seiko brought out a number of these speed timers, calling them the young timer speed timers. Basically a sort of modern, hip way of saying, you know, this is, you know, modern coloured dials. And the one I liked the most was this mint green, and I don't really like that colour in general, but it's not that horrible Tiffany blue, it's not a baby blue colour or a pastel-y blue. It feels like a summer green. And what I do absolutely love is how it accompanies the faux patina on the handset and the 12, 3, 6 and 9 hour markers. Just gives it a vintage, refined look, but in a modern way. Love the applied hour markers that are polished. That and the polished applied Seiko logo. Just, you know, yeah, I've said elevating like 3 times already this show, but it just pushes it up and makes it look that little bit more expensive. As it is a modern looking dial, I'm absolutely fine with the Prospex logo underneath the Seiko. And I really do like the bi-compact subdials either side of the handset that are the same size, and below just a slightly smaller subdial, which is our chronograph minutes, but also our battery level indicator. Pretty nifty, isn't it? So we've got lume on the hands, lume on some of the hour markers. Out of 10, how much does this puppy glow? Okay, so as Seikos go, this is probably the least glowy Seiko I've ever reviewed. However, what is lumed is very bright and it's decent enough. Now, the engine in this beast is a caliber V192 solar module. And amazingly, it's only going to gain or lose 0.5 of a second a day. And that works out as plus to minus 15 seconds a month. Something only mechanical watches can dream of. Hello. On my 6.5-inch wrist, and yes, I think I've chosen the right colour. And I really do think that steel bezel just raises the refinedness of this watch so much. Love the colour of the subdials compared to the dial. As you can see on my wrist, the proportions are perfect. And if I was to purchase this watch, I would definitely get a Clockwork Republic strap as well. Indoors, it looks great. Outdoors, it looks great. The colour is phenomenal, and it's a watch I could easily see myself owning and being in my Seiko watch box. Be strong, MWC, you've got too many. I know, but still, look at it. So there we go, the SSC 965P1 Young Timer Speed Timer. What do you think? Honestly, I think these are some of the best wearing Seikos on the market right now. And the fact that they've pushed the envelope on the colours of the dials does make it harder for us consumers to buy. But I must say, I am a big fan of that steel tachymeter bezel. So much so, I probably prefer it over my speed timer. And yes, with a solar powered quartz chronograph, you don't get that ignition on the chronograph pusher, but you do get a lovely robotic sweep back to the start. £640? Yes, well, listen, most watches are too expensive these days, but you've got to ask yourself, if I buy this watch, will I wear it, 1? And 2, can I see myself wearing it next year and the year after that? With my one, yes, I could do. And with this one, yes, I could see myself wearing it. They are probably the most comfortable pick up and go watches that look far more expensive than they actually are. And I think they're cool. So here it is, my wife's opinion on the beautiful Speed Timer Young Timer. It's okay. It's a little bit blingy. must be the dial. Whenever I see a face like this, it just gives me racing vibes. It's like a stopwatch. I personally don't like the colour of the face, but each to their own, just as long as you haven't bought it. So, I mean, the wife, you know, is not its biggest fan, but she does get racing vibes from it, which is pretty good, isn't it? You know, so what are you gonna do? Yes, thank you so much to Francis and Gay for sending this in. I shall ship this back pronto. I think there are about 3 or 4 of these watches in stock, as well as many other Seikos. Just get on that website and go check them out. If you'd like to support the Mad Watch Collector any further, we got a Patreon now. See the shows early, blooper reels, behind the scene footage, private group chat, and these lovely, look at them. Get your name credited at the end of every show, like this wonderful lot. What? But if I've got you here for a few more minutes, and I hope I have you, you psychopaths, why don't you check this one out? This will have you going. Yeah. Couple of minutes. It's hot. It is hot today. I am sweating, but apologies. Go on, click this one. You'll love it. Click it. Come on. Click it.